You know, one of the things as a prepper you should always be ready for is knowing what's going on with your local weather. Your local weather is probably a bigger threat to you than any form of terrorism or nuclear disaster. Knowing what's going on, seeing the conditions outside, very, very important. So today, I am installing a second weather station, because my first one I have in my front ham shack, in my off-grid ham shack, and we're going to take a look at it from VEVOR. This is the VEVOR 7-in-1 Wi-Fi weather station. Let's get into it. All right, folks, welcome back. So like I said in the intro, I feel it's very important to know what's going on with your local weather conditions. And this is something that I picked up from VEVOR for my off-grid indoor ham station. This will run on battery. It does have batteries in the back of it. And this is actually its own router here, its own Wi-Fi access point, actually. So you can set this up to upload to Weather Underground or, there's another one. I forget which one it was. Weather Cloud, I believe, if you want. I'm not going to do that with this particular one because I really don't have a need to do that with this one. I already have my indoor shack weather station uploading to Weather Underground. So this is just going to be for my own personal use inside here. But you can monitor temperature, humidity, wind speed, light outside, all from your smartphone, or view the weather conditions on this display right here, which is how I'll be using it. This is a nice large HD screen. It makes it easy to read the weather. Very easy. You can dim it. It has a dimmer on top here. So we can take it out off or all the way on. If you're going to leave it off at night, like if you're not out here, you might as well not use it. And it does have a lot of neat features. There are some basic stuff to putting it together. It's not too difficult. The first thing you're going to do, of course, is to take the screw off the back here. This is your battery pack. You're going to unscrew that and just connect the rechargeable batteries in there. This will be your solar panel. You want to face this basically the best way towards your sun, however it's going to be in the most sun all day. I'm just kind of opting to leave it fairly flat because I find that that's the way I get my most sun out of it. This is going to be your wind speed monitor over here, and over here is going to be your wind direction. This is, of course, your light index. There is a little bubble level in here because it's very important that you level this straight. So when we install this outside of the side of the house there, I am going to be using that to make sure I get it nice and straight. This is your rain collection gauge over here. I don't have it clicked in yet because it's just as simple as lining up these little things with the little holes inside there and turning it. There is a piece of tape on it, so you're going to want to remove that before you get started. So we'll just take that off and set it all up. So what I'm going to do is quickly explain to you some of the features on this and how this works and what it does. So the first thing you're going to do to connect to this, to get it all set up, is you're going to connect to the WWS, whatever the heck that's going to be after. You're going to put this in access point mode. Basically, you're just going to hold that barometer Wi-Fi button down, hold it, and it will flash like that. And now you're connected. Let me show you how you're going to connect to the actual internals of this device. So when you are in access point mode, this is what it's going to look like. You can connect to your router in here, your password. If you want to upload to Weather Underground or Weather Cloud, you can do that in here. You can set your time synchronization and all that other. And all this can be set from the front. We'll show you that really quickly. Here are the advanced options for your offsets for temperatures, your temperature, if you want it Celsius or Fahrenheit. Very, very simple, okay? Pressure and your pressure offset as well on the bottom. So it's very easy to do. You just have to get it in access point mode, and you'll connect to that address there, the 192.168.1.1. That is a local host address for the access point itself. And that's how you're going to do it. Now, if you want to modify settings on this and get this out of that mode, you're just going to push and hold that and wait till it goes. There we go. And you're going to hit set, and it will pop up with beeps. So you can turn your beeps on and off when you touch everything. And you just keep pushing on here. That's your network time protocol. I turned it off. Your zone, I'm -7 hours here. Your standard time, daylight savings time, month and date, or you want the date and month, the year, your time set in there, everything. Now, since I don't have this set, and I do have this on 24 hours, because eventually I'm going to put this on UTC time since it's going to be over my ham radio stuff. And you'll walk through like that, and that's it. You actually set your time here. And your Fahrenheit settings up there. You can do absolute with the pressure or relative. And your light settings in lux. Again, your rain settings in inches. And your miles per hour or kilometers per hour. And your north. Since you're going to be in the northern hemisphere, you want to use that. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you can switch that. And there you go. It's all set up. It's ready to be used. I know this side doesn't look very bright on the camera, but it is actually very bright. And it's a really nice screen. I like the fact that everything's different colors. So I'm going to show you how to mount this thing really quickly, and then we're going to go out and mount it and actually test this. So when you're mounting this, you're going to want to point the front to north and the back to south, okay? That's the best way to do it. You're also going to want to make sure that that bubble level is perfectly level. This is the piece you're going to be mounting it with, and this will screw in here into this. Hold that in place. All your mounting hardware is in here. Okay, so you can mount it all any way you want. I'm probably just going to mount this up against the flashing on my roof. And you're going to put this ball inside this here, okay? And what you'll be able to do, and I have to tighten those down too, what you'll be able to do is move this around. So if you have to mount this at an angle, you can keep it straight. Or if you mount it straight up, you can just adjust it so that bubble level stays level all the time, okay? Very, very simple to do. You will have screws on these. As you notice, this fell out. There will be little screws on these, so you want to screw them in there and make sure they're on there. Not overly tight, but tight enough so that they won't fall off. I didn't really put it on there right. So I'm going to set all that up, and then we're going to go outside. I'm going to show you how I'm going to mount this, or how I'm going to try to mount it, and we'll see where we go from there. So you're going to use these tiny little screws to secure these things on, and I have this a quarter of the way done. We're just going to finish it up. And I suggest getting yourself a good tiny screwdriver, because it's on there good, not going to fly off in the wind. Next up, we're going to do this guy here. Same thing, you're going to drop that little tiny screw in there. And I suggest dropping the screw in first and starting it. You can put these in a good way before you have to worry about it, getting too far in there where it won't work. So start it like that, and then put it on there, and you should. Now you have two options for mounting this. Of course, you could put it on a pole, and it will fit on a pole if you decide to clamp that together there and clamp it over a pole. Or what you're going to do, what I'm going to try to do, which is mount it into something on a wall. I'd like to keep this above my roof line, so that's why I'm going to be putting it on the flashing of the roof itself, because it's right there above the roof line. With our new roof in the back there, it'll be nice and easy. You're going to place this ball into the center there, and this piece over it. Of course, I have to pull this back out. Then you're going to put these two screws in to secure this inside. Now, inside here is the pole. You're going to take one of these little double stick rubber kind of things and just squeeze it in there easy. It'll be real simple to do, and it keeps it stable from bobbling around. All right, so everything is screwed on. I am putting this on just to show you how it's going. I'm going to take it back off because this has to point north this way. Okay, so when you put it up there, this may be flush against the wall this way, but north might be a little this way. Hope you can see that. Yeah, so I'm not gonna tighten it all the way, and I don't want all this added weight, so I'm really just gonna screw these in and adjust from there so I get it nice and level and in the right direction. Now I do have my compass out here, so I'll be able to find north, and it looks like it's this way. Hope you can see that. So let's get this mounted up there, and we will move on to the next part of the video. All right, so there it is. It is up on there perfectly. I do have to align it because it's nowhere near north nor flush yet. But I'm going to take you up on the ladder. We're using a gimbal camera here, so hopefully it will remain steady as I climb. Ha, there we go. So there you go. Let's try to back it up a little bit because it's right near my face. So you see what it looks like mounted up. It's all screwed in. Okay, let's finish lining it up, and then we'll test it from the inside and see how all the sensors work. So there you go. It's all set up there. Nice and neat. It's level. It's perfect. It was a little bit uneven, so I had to put it flat. But that's perfect. And it's pointing north. So all in all, this should be really cool. Let's see how the inside's doing. Let's check out the settings on the monitor and see how that's doing. So here's the best part of the project. It's done. And it actually is working pretty well. It matches my outdoor temperature perfectly to my other weather station. The barometer is perfect. Everything is on this is right on the money. I don't know why it's showing 0.2 inches of rain, other than the fact that it's extremely humid out there. I know I might have gotten some water in it or something silly. Absolutely no rain at all yet. So that can be reset, but we'll be able to do that. So you can check out all your maximum and minimum settings on this. See? All through there. And there is no maximum or minimum settings. Oh, that was the max. Okay, that's why. I see. All right, so we're good. So all in all, really good. You got the UVI index down there. I have my light in lux and my forecast. Definitely cool. So folks, if you're interested in picking this up, I will have a link down below. Remember, my promo code on VEVOR will get you 5% off. This is $101.99. If you've checked out weather stations on Amazon or other sites, you know they're extremely expensive, especially ones that can connect to the internet and pull down weather data. So this is definitely cool, or serve weather data, I should say. This is definitely cool for $100 basically, and my code will be below the link for this item, so definitely check it out. I thank you guys for hanging out with me today. This was a bit of a chore, but no big deal. Pretty simple, you know, mainly climbing up on ladders and mountain stuff is the hard part. This putting it together was super easy. So this is going to live out on my off-grid section over here, my off-grid ham equipment. It's going to go up top. This does have batteries in it in the back, like I showed you, and you can dim this as well. So if I don't want to let it run all night, I can do that, and I can use the batteries in the back to keep it running when the power goes out, and it's just 3 AAAs. Super simple. Anyway, folks, the link for it will be down below along with the discount. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store. Even if there's nothing in the store you think you want to get, check it out. If there's nothing there, just use that link to shop when you shop on Amazon. It doesn't cost you anything. It really helps us out. Below that, our freeze-dried wholesalers link. That link saves you 15%. Now's the time to get stocked up on food. The world is turning ugly. Get ready, get stocked up, and you will be set. When something bad happens, you got food good for 25 years. And my link saves you 15%. So when you order a ton of stuff, you save a ton of money. Below that, our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. We have some amazing deals. Also, if you click through preparewithiridium.com, let's say you want to look at that 3-week kit or whatever, you click through and you go through it, you'll be able to see all the other stuff that's on there. There's full-on kits on there with water filters and food for 3 weeks and, you know, all sorts of backup power and way to cook and everything. So definitely check out preparewithiridium.com, and below that, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. I thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I think we had a good time with this thing. Stay safe and stay prepared.